Okay, day one of Worlds. Here's the second interview, and for today we have Niall McCarthy, co-captain, and we have Ben Noonan, O-line handler, most handsome man in Ireland.
How's it going?
How's it going, lads?
Hello, fella.
So, how has the tournament been so far for you?
Go first, David.
It's been very good. A lot of excitement. We've been training for the last 9 months, is it? For this,
Yeah.
remember seeing like a sticker at juniors last year in Dublin with the World U23 symbol on it, and thinking, oh, there's no way I'll ever make that team. So it's pretty unbelievable to be here, but it's pretty great as well. Same time playing the sport we all love, so it's pretty good.
Yeah, I suppose got the captaincy there. Got accepted back in, I think it was October or November. Since then, it's just been a rake of work. Emails, organising training weekends, organising everything. Like trying to just, I don't know, make sure everything's organised and sorted and easy for the lads. And it's kind of almost surreal to actually be here. After doing all that work, and it didn't hit me there for ages, but at the opening ceremony last night, it really kind of made me see like how big this is, and what a huge event it is. And games today were awesome. All the lads are playing really well, so I hope it just keeps going for the rest of the tournament.
So you mentioned the opening ceremony there. How did that go? Any major moments from that?
There were some great moments, right? Ben's generally a bit better than me at remembering moments, but there was a lot of singing, a lot of dancing. It was, I think, probably one of my funniest moments was when the Japanese girls they spotted Reedy, was it? And I'd say they'd never seen a ginger throw like that before.
Reedy holding the flag as well was brilliant.
Oh yeah. We were talking to the mixed captains at the captains meeting, and we were deciding who was going to hold the flag, and we were going to Rochambeau for it. But then we decided that we'd go with the most Irish looking in the two teams, and that really definitely fit that bill the best anyway. So we decided to pick Reedy.
Abusing Jimmy Mickle was the highlight of my opening ceremony. Basically, for those of you who don't know, Jimmy Mickle is an ex-gen player, probably the best player at this tournament. But we just decided to abuse him and ask him to give us a dance. And
give me a little rendition of the song.
Come on, Jimmy, give us a dance.
No, the other one.
Which one? Jimmy Mickle.
Jimmy Mickle, riding backwards on a pig, Jimmy Mickle. So there was a lot of that going on, yeah.
We basically decided to abuse him for being so good and shouting abuse at him. Well, not really abuse, we were complimenting mainly, but in a kind of ironic way. And Feely gave him some granola. I told him if he kept eating it, he'd grow up big and strong like me. And he got a good old laugh out of that, so it's pretty good.
Great stuff. So, it has been the first day of Worlds, and we played the Swiss this morning. So how did that game go?
Suppose I'll take this one, you take the longer one.
Yeah.
Swiss game, first game, we came out, I think they maybe went 3-1 up early on, and we were kind of fighting the game back. We actually went ahead at one point, by 1 point, and then they kind of kicked off a bit of a lead again. I think what really crushed us is they got 5 in a row, two to take half, and then another 3 after half. And after that, it was very very hard to kind of claw back from there. But there were some great plays by both teams, and I got MVP, which is great. Thanks, Ben.
Unfortunately, there was a couple injuries in that game. Any news on those injuries now?
Well, I suppose the biggest and worst one was Staunton, 3rd point in, chasing after one of Doc's trademark ridiculous hooks, and bid for it, and they're a huge cutter. He's about the same height as Lucas. I think he's maybe an inch taller, and he came down on Staunton's wrist very badly. And I was talking to Leo afterwards, and Leo said as soon as he saw it, he knew straight away that Staunton's wrist was broken. So his radius, just where it connects to his hand, is broken. So that's him out for the rest of the tournament, which is huge blow to the team and huge blow to himself, unfortunately. And do you want to talk about Doc?
With Doc? There's a bit of a controversy over whether Doc got stood on or whether he kicked the goal post.
Well, they both happened.
They both happened, but we're not sure which one really hurt his foot. But he had to take a rake of painkillers anyway. So he took about 3 kg of painkillers. And but yeah, I'm fairly sure it was the post kick. But after he dropped the hook or something. But no, I'd say we believe him. We'll say it's he got stood on by one of
Give him the benefit of the doubt,
Swiss
anyway.
guys. His Doc was a bit of a big loss. You know, he's obviously a big hooker and chasing down other big hooks as well. So, and he just Doc when he wants to can play out of his skin. So it's a bit of a big loss, but hopefully we'll have him back tomorrow if his foot is recovered.
Yeah, apparently there's no tendons or ligaments broken and or damaged, and there's no broken bones. So it's just a big swelling, and that's causing him a lot of pain. So he was there he played in both games, but he was hit and miss, and he wasn't at 100%. So hoping to get him back 100% for tomorrow.
Great stuff. We played Colombia at 3 o'clock, and Ben, you got MVP of that?
I did. Very happy with how that game started, and really enjoyed playing it, to be honest. I think I was talking to Leo there a while ago, and he was asking me how I'm getting on and stuff, and I said it's the first out of the 2 juniors I played. This is the first kind of international tournament where I've actually felt like I kind of belong here. That in the other ones I kind of felt a bit nervous. So saw other people playing, kind of saying, oh, these guys are unreal, I'll never be able to keep up with them. So this is the first tournament I've been at, where feeling keep up to the standard and stuff. So it's pretty good having that feeling, and it's giving me a lot of confidence playing and stuff. It's just really enjoyable to play at the moment, as in no nerves or anything. I'm just kind of going out having fun while still taking it seriously. Played a good. I'm on the O line with handling on the O line with Podge and Feely's pretty good. But I get to play with on the D line with a couple of lads as well every so often. So that's good to have a bit of diversity, changing between the lines, and it's great playing with everyone in the team. As people keep saying, we're the boys. I don't think any other team is as close friends as we are. So it can have its negative effects sometimes, because we in the last week or two we were giving out to each other, but I think we really brought it together now this week. The last 2 games, we've been really positive, while being still very intense. So it's been pretty good. All came together really, and I enjoyed myself in the Columbia game, and obviously everyone else seemed to see that I was enjoying myself and told me MVP. So it was great.
So you said there's a great bond within the team, but it's well documented now that there's certain bonds stronger than others, and that especially you seem quite jealous about a certain bond between Podge and Barry.
Well, I think
they comment on it last night now as well.
Yeah. I think I don't know whether it's Podge or Barry is quite jealous of me trying to get in between the 2 boys, but I think Podge is still pretty bitter about me not voting for him for MVP at juniors last year. Podge was outstanding MVP at juniors last year, but he didn't get my vote, so it didn't count. I voted for Owen Farley. I would like to say hi to Owen Farley, you're a great lad. So maybe Podge is still a bit bitter about that, but I don't know. I think the 2 boys might be a little jealous of me and Alan Reedy's relationship, and Niall as our kind of third wheel in
Menage a trois
in that relationship. Me and Reedy tend to be one of the only people, including yourself, Father, who can actually understand Alan Reedy at times, and tends to just talk and mumbles and
riddles
every so often come up with random words like when as a question word that shouldn't be asked when you say
inappropriate situations.
Yeah.
Seems that Podge and Barry were kind of having a few digs at everybody. Yeah. Niall, they seem to have quite a dig at you with being late in the early days of Toronto when we were travelling around as well.
I think Podge and Barry's thing is they feel their tight knit relationship is being threatened left, right, and centre, and it's purely internal between the 2 of them. And I think that
we're just trying to have a laugh with the boys.
Yeah, they're trying to strengthen their bond by dismissing and excluding everybody else. And
we love them.
We love them. There's no doubt about that.
But I like Podge an even amount. He's a fairly bland guy.
Yeah, sure. It's not much
bland.
Podge, really. He's just there,
he's not too bad.
He's I don't know how to refer him to, cereal. Just there and special. About my lateness, I don't know.
Cornflakes.
I definitely have a reputation for taking my time with certain things, and I don't know. I don't know. It's
doing
definitely
it properly.
Yeah, thoroughly. I describe myself as thorough. People describe me as late. Lucas Keatritis had a little. When we were in Toronto for the week beforehand, and he is very efficient. European, wants to get things done wants to get out the door early in the morning, get to the sites and see them, and I was kind of, taking my time, and it was a bit of, I don't know, there's only a bit of banter really, but yeah, that's about that really.
We'll talk about one more relationship now, and that's the relationship between Leo and Angela, our coach and manager. First of all, Leo, how do you think Leo is getting on so far?
He's having great banter.
Yeah.
I asked him if we were dancing around and stripping and things inside the lounge last night, and someone turned to Leo and said, "Leo, is this the weirdest team you've ever been a part of?" And he said, "No, wrong move. That just egged us on even more. There's more stripping, and we won't go into it, but they're having a great time. Like we last week we all chipped in there and sent them up on a dinner up in the revolving restaurant at the top of the CN Tower, and I think that meant a lot to them really, and it shows how much they mean to us, like Leo and Angela. They're kind of basically giving up their honeymoon. They're both doctors, and they've just both started new jobs quite recently, and this is basically the only kind of honeymoon they're going to get. Like they got married there about 2 months ago, and so yeah, this is kind of like their honeymoon. So we try to make it a bit special for them, but they're having a great time. And just on Angela, we call her, she's a team manager for the week, but we call her the manager because she's mammying us, And she steps in and resolves a few conflicts here and there, like a good mammy. But she's a great girl. She's a great girl. We love her.
For me anyway, having Leo as a coach is brilliant because came into UCC and stuff, and came into kind of Cork Ultimate, knowing about Leo before I'd ever met him as this kind of deity of Cork Ultimate that should be worshipped. And as he started coaching us, it kind of seemed like it was spot on, actually, in fact, me and Conor Carey got caught talking about him the other night, walking up the stairs in the hostel. We were talking about how great he was. He was right behind us on the stairs. It was a bit embarrassing, but we live. And so, yeah, Leo's been great. I think he's enjoying himself this week, and glad to see he is, because obviously, great coach and stuff, and he knows his stuff, and we all listen to him. As regards to Angela, I'd only ever met Angela once before, this week, and it was when she was in the middle of like a 52-hour shift as a doctor, so I'd say she was a bit not herself, but getting to know her this week, like she's a lovely woman, perfect for Leo, like the two of them, and yeah, she's lovely. As Niall said, she's like our mammy, looking after us and stuff, and important to have a big group of lads, like having a mammy and a daddy, so call him mammy and daddy, I suppose.
Yeah.
So
and just one thing last thing about Leo is I just remember when sitting in my living room in my house in college there about 8 or 9 months ago, and myself and Lorcan were doing the bid, and we messaged Leo just saying, asking him, laying down everything, just saying, look, like, is there any chance you'd be interested in being our coach? And we knew we had a lot on this year with starting a new job and getting married and everything, and one of my highlights in Ultimate to this day is when we got the message back from Leo saying, I'm very interested. I remember the words, I'm very interested, what would I have to do? And myself and Lorcan just were dancing and screaming around our living room with excitement, and I mean, it wasn't exaggerated at all. Leo has made this team, and we call ourselves Leo's Army.
Big reason why so many people went for the open team as well.
Definitely.
Yeah.
So last question now. The reason the two of you are here is because you both won MVP of the 2 games today. If you could say anything to your fellow teammates, how are they going to get MVP tomorrow? Or are you just going to clean them up all week?
I don't know. I suppose being more handsome anyway would be handy. Start off with
definitely a plus.
Try and do the hair in the morning. You know what I mean?
Besides Lucas, like the rest of them are pretty ugly, and
we can't.
And
we can't include Lucas. It's
unfair.
unfair.
So
completely unfair to include Lucas. We found out this week that Lucas can pull anything off: cowboy hats, women's gardening hats, the most ridiculous items of clothing that you could come across, and he pulls it all off. Spectacular. Oh, one thing about Lucas as well, we forgot to mention when we were talking about injured players. Lucas, his left shoulder, I believe, is at him a lot. He got it damaged there at mixed nationals when he got in the wrong end of an O'Mahony, which no one wants to do.
Smallest O'Mahony, you would like to add.
Smallest O'Mahony, but still an O'Mahony nonetheless. So yeah, his shoulder had him, but Lucas is an absolute trooper, and he's saying, I'm going to play until I physically can't anymore. So we're very, very appreciative of that, especially with the 2 boys dropping out.
Killian Flynn, great as well. Wish he was here to hear it. I wish he was here to hear how.
Oh, this was in. There's Killian playing.
Oh, Ben! That's so much here.
That really means a lot to me.
Looking at a load of porn.
So how do lads get MVP? I don't know. Just focus. We're talking about how the team is made up of individuals. You know, there's a team mentality, but the team mentality comes from each individual mentality in the melting pot together. So I think just lads focus on their own game. Trust your teammates. Trust your receivers that they're going to grab it. Trust the O-line that they're going to bang it in. And like trusting your teammates is a huge thing. And then you feel a lot more secure just going out doing your job then. So I'd say that would be the biggest.
To be honest, like everybody today was like a valuable player, whether it was an MVP or not. Like it was, everybody was part of it. I think there was like a whole lot of people who could have won MVP today. And like even when the two of us did win, there was a massive spread between everybody. Like especially actually when Colombia voted their MVP. There was loads of people, like they were standing.
Their MVP of our team, yeah.
Their MVP of our team. Sorry, they were standing around loads of us. Like so, it's even
better
better for like to see that another team are seeing how spread out we are and how deep we are and like you know how much damage we can do in this tournament. Like because as I said, it's not a case of kind of MVP. It's more kind of valuable player, all valuable players rather than the most valuable players.
Okay, lads, thanks for that. Now, I have to say, well done on the MVPs today. And what I'm going to do is to sign off from Niall. There's Killian again.
Oh.
We're going to have a hello to Ireland from Lucas Garrett.
Hello!
Okay, lads, thanks for that. See you soon. Have to get the two boys leaving. Oh, there they are.
Thanks very much for that.
No worries.
Bye lads.
Oh, Ben Dust Crew. He's a normal sized human being.
Come here, Misha, you prick.